Okay, and I just wanted to say this slicing approach is what we saw Nassim Taleb do on the other shape.
Yeah.
Where he made some region plots. I don't know how easy this is to read on the video, but I'll link the picture. He made some region plots. In the middle, we saw a square.
Yeah.
Right? And then a deforming square. Looks like it deformed into an octahedron.
Octagon.
Sorry, an octagon, yeah. And eventually became shrinking squares. Right, and we had to add those shapes together. And what did we get?
We get a rhombic dodecahedron.
We got a rhombic dodecahedron. It's cool to see the slices, and it's cool to get some intuition about the shape from the slices. So that's what we're going to do here. So here's our first plot. We're going to do some region plots, and they're the same ones we talked about downstairs. We're going to do absolute value of x plus absolute value of y plus absolute value of z is less than 1.
Or isn't it less than or equal to?
Well, for the region plots, it'll be the same shape.
Alright.
But you're right, technically I should be saying less than or equal to. And then I have x plus absolute value of x, y, and w less than 1. X, w, and z less than 1. W, y, and z less than 1.
Alright.
Alright, let's see what we get. So this is w equals 0. This is the middle slice.
Alright.
And it's running. And what
You get an octahedron.
what do we get here? Maybe I can tilt the camera down just a little bit.
Nice.
Alright, so it looks like we get an octahedron in the middle. Now you thought we'd get a cube.
I guess this is sort of related to a cube.
Okay, how is it related to a cube?
No, the octahedron is a dual of the cube.
It's a dual of a cube. The middle of the octahedron is a square. A cube we would get by having 3 separate equations. Absolute value of x less than 1, absolute value of y less than 1, absolute value of z less than 1. That would form a perfect cube. But when we sum them together, it makes a little bit different constraint. And it turns that into an octahedron.
Nice.
Okay? Now we're going to move up a little bit. So let's move up to w equals, say, 0.1.
Alright.
Okay? What do you think is going to happen here?
Maybe we'll see, like, the tops. We'll see the octahedron, like, get bigger, so the tops are getting cut off.
Okay. So describe it more. What do you think? Do you think the octahedron is going to get bigger?
I think the tops are maybe smaller. I don't know which way we're going, but maybe the tops of the octahedron are gonna get chopped off.
All right. What do you think?
I think it's either going to expand or or it's going to expand a lot, and then we'll see some signs of the corners being cut off, or it's going to shrink.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to shrink that much.
Let's see what we got.
So it seems like the edges are getting chopped off.
Interesting.
Nice.
The corners seem to have stayed.
The edges.
So if this continues, the edges will sort of come out of the faces. It's going to be interesting to see.
Okay. Let's go to 0.2. Let's see what we get.
So the edges have gotten...
So these are the actual faces, the octahedron.
I wonder what shape this is.
Well, is this a platonic solid?
No, it's
Not
definitely
right
not a platonic solid. It might be an Archimedean solid.
Okay, good question. Is it an
No.
Archimedean solid? Why not?
Because these sort of stretched out hexagons aren't regular.
They're not regular. All right, let's go to 0.3.
So now we
So,
get a rhombic dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron. Huh. So weird.
Okay, now I'm going to go to 0.5. I skipped 0.4.
Oh,
Smaller rhombic dodecahedron.
So what do you think is going to happen
Maybe
at,
it's
like,
just
say,
gonna-
it's
0.75?
gonna shrink to nothing. Almost nothing.
Yeah, it's just getting smaller and smaller.
Getting very, very small.
So we saw something very similar to Nassim Taleb's demonstration.
It was pretty interesting because when we did the slices of a 40 cube, the middle slice was an octahedron,
Uh-huh.
and now it started with an octahedron and went to a rhombic dodecahedron.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really interesting. So here's what I have. I 3D printed the shapes overnight, and I have them downstairs. They're not
Alright.
sanded yet, but I want you to see these shapes.
All right.
All right, let's go take a look.